Well, hello there everyone. Welcome back to A Little Slice of Heaven here on Minecraft. Today I am giving you guys a bit of an update about what I've been doing. I have been quite busy doing stuff in real life. I've been busy doing stuff in Minecraft, just lots of little niggly bits which I didn't see the point in sort of filming myself, fixing them and showing you. So what I've done are some before and after screenshots, and we're going to play some games! Da 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 da! Welcome to Spot the Difference. Okay, round one, you have exactly 16 seconds to find the differences. Here is the before and here is the after. There are 5 differences to spot. I have done 4 of them. 1 of them was done by something else. Have you spotted it? You have just a few more seconds left to have a really good look. And here come the answers. Poof! In red, the shepherd's hut has been moved back exactly 3 blocks to make the sheep enclosure much bigger. I'm surprised I didn't lose any shepherds. In the orange, the librarian's roof has been lowered because I decided it was too tall and pointy. This happened on both sides. In the yellow, also at the library, the bell tower has been finished. It was a weedy little thing before, but it just needed a bit more height. In the green, the paths have changed and a bit of path has even been deleted. And the bonus, on the far right in the blue, a creeper hole appeared. On to round 2, and you've got another 16 seconds to find the 3 differences. And here's a hint, it going from daylight to nighttime is not one of the changes. Here's a before and here's an after. One more before and after before we get the answers. And here come the answers. 3, 2, 1, go. So in red, the tree which was growing on top of the entrance to the mines has now been grown, so it is much larger. It needed to be more of a feature. Just below that in orange, I have added custom tree roots around the entrance to the mine and even going into the mine just a little bit to tie it all in together a little bit more and make it feel much more organic. And the very last difference over at the library, just hidden behind the tower, is my very first custom tree of knowledge built within the courtyard of the library. Time for round 3. How are you getting on so far? Another 16 seconds. This time there are 6 differences and one of them is made up of lots of little bits. So here's a before and here is an after. It's quite a lot. It's a big round, this one. One more after and here come the answers. There we go. In red, I have changed the layout of the stone cutter's work area. I've made it wider and a bit thinner and I have disconnected it from the weaponsmith's area, which has also had an update. Instead of a fence, there is now a wall there with a glass screen around it, obviously to prevent sparks from getting everywhere. In yellow, a very subtle one you may not have noticed, the church windows have been completed. Where there were no windows, there are now windows and the dirt blocks have all gone. Over in green, I have done the path leading up to the library. Where there is a step, I have added slabs and steps and made it much easier just to run straight up, no jumping required. Same again with the blue, the pathway is complete. And in purple, I have circled one lamppost and put dots on all the rest. So this area is now nice and lit up. Time now for the 4th and final round. You have another 16 seconds. Where in this one there are 6 differences, but here's a hint. One of them is exactly the same as the previous round. It's just a continuation. Have you spotted them? Here's a before, here's the last after, and here are the answers. Boom! In the red, I've planted loads of trees as a border wall and also in an attempt to get more bee nests. In orange, there is a fire pit on a brand new beach. In yellow, I've planted a few more trees up that edge to continue the border wall up there. In green, I've added a signpost to help you find your way around the village. In blue, it's a very sneaky one. It's a cave where I'm growing mushrooms. And finally, all the purple dots are the continuation from the last round of lighting up all the paths with lamps. Thank you for playing! That's possibly the quickest way I've ever done a catch-up, ever. And I turned it into a game! Wahey! Right, I should probably get on with what I'm doing today. I have mobs that can still walk in, so what I need to do is add fence all the way up here between the trees and some sweet berry bushes and basically make that secure. But what I'd like to do is to at least start a village hall right here in this space. I wanted to make sure that this was a nice grand building where all of the villagers could come and meet and discuss and maybe possibly even get iron, because I do want to make an iron farm underneath. I should probably work that bit out first, actually. If I'm going to be building a building, I'd much rather start with what's going to be hiding underneath and make sure the building actually hides what's going to be built underneath. Make sense? I'm just going to do a quick bit of research regarding iron farms. Alright, so I've just done a little bit of reading about the spawn mechanics of golems, and I think I know what I'm going to be doing. Oh, I can't. There. Turn forward. There. So down here is where I need to clear out to make the iron golem farm. This is about the right level. I might need to go a bit lower, but it's all going to be contained underneath where the village hall is going to be stood. And if we just go up this scaffolding, you will see I pop out right where I have marked out the village hall. It might change ever so slightly, but generally this is where it's going to be, because it's nice and central to the village. But regarding the iron farm, I need to do quite a bit of excavation, because you need lots of empty space and then a specific place for the golems to be able to spawn on, and then they'll get whisked away into a fiery pit where they'll then burn up and drop their iron and everything. I'm going to need to do like a bit of digging, and I think I'd better get started. Yeah, let's get cracking. Right, I should probably stop digging and give you guys an update on what's going on. This is what I have done. I've made a great big hole. It's all underneath. It's a little bit wider and a little bit longer than the layout for the building up here. So the plan is to get some villagers in up here. They're going to need a bed each and possibly a space to stand at the end. So there is going to be a glass wall barrier to stop them escaping all the way along, and between each of the beds. I am going to put in more beds. I thought I'd start off with 5 and just sort of see how it did. I don't need a huge amount of iron. I just wanted to see if I could actually make an iron farm that was decent and produce stuff. Anywho, when the villagers panic, they produce iron golems, and somewhere in this space, it's like a 16 by 16 by 16 square, or up and down, left, right, so on, something like that. They look for a place to spawn an iron golem. They also spawn iron golems when they are chatting, or if they can't see one. So there's a few mechanics going on here, but basically iron golem will spawn, hopefully on this platform down here, where of course they will be whisked away by the water. Golems do not do well in streams. There is then a second stream they could fall into, and right here, that's where the lava is going to go, and underneath will be the collection system and so on. So yeah, I've never done one of these before, so I'm really intrigued to see if this works. In one YouTube video it actually said don't build it in a village, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if that's going to affect the spawn rate of the golems, but I figured as long as I had like a few appearing in here, then I will get iron. And with that iron, what I can then do is take it, make more iron golems on the surface, ready for when I trigger a raid. So I think the first thing I need to do to put in a lava trap and a collection system. And then I'll get in some villagers and just sort of see what they start to produce without any need for a zombie, because trying to get a zombie in here is just going to be a nightmare, and I don't know if I can be bothered. But first, lava. If you put something in the way, be it buttons or signposts, underneath a layer of lava, the lava won't flow down, but any items dropped in the lava will fall down through it. So ooh. It's worked. Cool. That's such a poor mechanic, isn't it? I should be burning the signs up. Wow. Okay. Okay. Good. Right. For the now, for the interest of safety, I'm removing that. We have lava pit. Okay. I'm going to need to make a new entrance to this, I think. This should do it. Lovely jubbly. And the hopper goes there. And then there. That is one side effectively set up. Oh, hang on. Need to fill this in. Because if I leave this empty, golems may spawn down here, and I do not want that. It should be far too low down here for them to be able to spawn from the villagers. I'm going to take some bold action here. I'm going to tempt in an iron golem, make them chase me in here, and I'm going to check this system. And yep! Hello! Come, come. Come on! Come on! There you go. And there he goes. Success! Let's go have a look, let's go have a look. Okay. Yes! It works! Oh, now I just got to get them to spawn down here. Brilliant! This is turning out really well for my first farm. Eee! So what I've effectively created for these guys is a safe glass box. Everything below is well lit, all the streams are running, the lava is in place, and they're not green, which means they're not nitwits, or at least this guy isn't. Need to wait and see what happens when this one grows up. Either way, these guys are going to fill up all these beds, and we're going to see if that starts producing some iron golems. Oh, and the reason for the glass? Apparently iron golems can't spawn on glass. Is it working? No way. Wait, why am I digging? I'm going the wrong way. Torch. Something just worked. Something just did something. What was it? Oh, yes! They only drop up to 5. That means there's been 2 iron golems. Yes! I've made a working iron farm. Oh, there's another one! There's another one! It's working! I think I need more villagers. So I thought I'd do a little bit of mining just to make sure there aren't any hidden caves around here. As I was going, I thought, let's have a nice viewing platform so I can see everything that's going on. And tell you what, I keep getting cats appearing everywhere. And that's a black one. And there's a... who's vanished, there you are. And there's a white one down there. I don't know what's up with them. They're just... I wonder if it's... Oh, I know. It's because there's a spare bed down here and there are villagers. Well, you know what, cats? You are welcome to stay down here because you scare off the creepers. I'm intrigued to how this has happened. Shove. Go on. Oh, what is he even stood on? Go. There you are. I could bring in 9 more beds. Have 9 more villagers. Well, safe to say I've gone overboard. I filled up this entire space with beds and now every single one has a villager in. Some of these guys aren't very good at sort of being in bed. These guys have been producing iron golems already. So we've got some coming in here and we've got some coming in here. I'm probably going to have to AFK, but the iron golems only spawn when they're awake. That's why I've got the bed and the clock. So when it's night time, I sleep, I go away for 10 minutes while it's daylight, come back and sleep again. That way then I get the best production rates in my iron golem farm. This will be a grand building of great pillars and space and halls, and it won't have any access to the iron farm below. The access to the iron farm is only going to go through the cave system, but you can hear them below us. Let's get a foundation down. Hi again. So it's been a while since I've actually recorded anything. I've been doing a lot of toing and froing, getting my levels back up after I died, and making sure that the iron farm's working. So the last time I recorded a clip about starting the foundation for the village hall, I completely forgot that I said about putting down a foundation, and, well, I did walls instead. So this is where I've got to. It is obviously a start. This is roughly where it's going to be. I might move it across a little bit. But I've been doing a couple of samples of what I would like the walls to look like. So these are not final, these are just various options. I want it to be a combination of all the building materials in the whole village. Of course it is going to have a wooden roof. It is going to have oak structures to support it. But because it's also going to be a bigger building, It's going to have stone structures too, just like the church did, and it's going to have stone walls and white stained terracotta walls as well. So there's a lot going on here, and it's just finding the balance, but I thought I'd start off externally and then make it look nice inside. So on the outside, I was trying to figure out whether I wanted it white stained terracotta or whether I wanted it stone brick. So in this case, this is stone brick wall, and then this is a stone brick block. This looks good with the oak, unstripped as it is, and the white stained terracotta looks good with stripped birch. It also kind of looks okay with the stripped oak log, but I kind of don't want it to be stripped. I was also trying to work out the windows, whether I wanted panes or whether I wanted glass blocks, and depth and combinations, and whether I wanted the supports to be spaced out further. This arrangement here does look nicer than this, but there is still a lot to figure out though. I definitely want to have is a balcony out front. Now I don't know if this will stretch the entire front of the building or if it will just be a bit out the front, in which case I'll extend this porch outwards. The whole thing might then move backwards, but it's one of those things where once again I just have to start building it. I'm almost tempted to have brick walls on the outside and then white stained terracotta on the inside, so it's nice and bright inside. It's likely going to have 2 floors, so there's going to be 1 floor and then a second, so maybe I could have stone on the bottom and white stained terracotta on top. This might take a bit. As for the iron farm, this is doing beautifully. I've changed where the lighting is because I decided it was a bit messy having it in the wall, so it's now underneath the beds and is still all beautifully lit. And these guys are now separated into pods, as it were. I realised that they were gathering quite often in 2 groups, and each group was then producing a golem. However, what I've done is I have separated them out, so they've still got the gossip groups, but it's more like 3, 4 or even 5 of them in a gossip group, in the hopes of creating more iron golems. And in fact, let me just show you how it's been getting on down here. Look at that. So it isn't all from the farm, but the vast majority of it is, and I'm so pleased. I've almost got 1 full double chest. As for the border fence at this end of the village, this is where it starts, or rather ends. What I've done, I've lit it all up right down here. The spots where there are berry bushes, very often that's because the light level is too low. So what I'm going to do is come along and terraform, put in half slabs, put in steps, basically things that mobs cannot spawn on. And that's the same right down here and right down to the beach area, and this is the other end of the fence right here. Obviously mobs can still jump from here and swim over. It does tend to take them a lot more time to do that, however. So the big reason I wanted to get my levels back up after dying was because between now and the next episode I would like to properly enchant these items. What I did, I was silly. I didn't realise you could only put so many books and enchantments onto these. So what I'm going to need to do is unenchant them and start again. And I've read up, the best way to do it is actually to combine books. And that way then, when you put them on, you get all the enchantments and you get what is sometimes known as God Armour. Yeah, I want some God Armour. One very important one, I still don't have Unbreaking. I also really want Feather Falling. Unbreaking and Feather Falling, certainly, I definitely want. Hello. With that, I think I'm going to finish the video here, so thank you all for watching. I'm going to crack on once again with this building before the next episode, and hopefully I'll just finish it off then. But in the meantime, I hope you have enjoyed. I'll see you next time, and here's a little bit of footage of the library all fully completed, because I haven't included that in the videos yet, so have a look-see. And finally, the last round. Oh, Jack!
Just playing.
I'm putting that in as a blooper at the end.
Welcome then.